Why dads need more protein? My dad series seems to be getting a bit more traction on the old YouTube, so I'll carry this on and keep helping you boys out. This seems so popular, I'm even getting a bit of heat on the comment section. I actually laughed so hard at one. I thought it was a bot because it had a really weird name and no icon, but I just figured the guy who made the comment is a massive fucking pussy. Anyway, he called me Groundskeeper Willie, and I laughed so much. Keep them coming. I have been called Ginger all my life, so I'm well prepared. So, why dads need more protein? And we have, I think, 5 points to get through. Point 1. Technically everyone needs more protein. According to a quick, reliable Google search, adults in the UK consume around 76 grams of protein per day on average, which is quite low considering how important it is for your overall health. If you want to know how important it is, one of my very first videos I did on YouTube was on protein. It performed so well. But some of the quick benefits of protein are helps build muscle, helps maintain muscle, helps retain muscle, helps overall recovery, helps with cell bone structure, amongst many other things. Out of the 4 macronutrients, protein is simply ranked number 1, so it's a good idea to get a decent amount of it in. Somewhere around the 1.6 grams per kilogram range for most people. People actually find it difficult to eat that amount of protein because they're not used to that feeling of satisfaction and fullness, which could indicate how shit their diet is in the first place. Out of all the bizarre diets out there, none of them promote eating less protein, unless you're one of these stupid fucking juice dieting followers. There is always one, isn't there? Point 2. As a dad, there will come a time when your kid or your kids think it's stronger, faster, smarter than you, in a bid to try and become the prime member of the family and oust you out, so you then sleep in the garden. So to avoid that happening, you'll need to be big and strong. Consume enough protein, aid muscle growth, aid retention of muscle, aid retaining it, and also aid recovery. Protein in elderly is massively important as well to avoid things like sarcopenia and osteoporosis. Keeping big and strong will keep that little fucker or fuckers in their place, and you can put your woman in place as well when she's talking back to you. You are the man of the house, so keep them all at bay. A more serious note when it comes to your kids, protein won't guarantee a prolonged healthy life, but it is a big step in the right direction, which should hopefully give you a chance to see them grow up and meet your grandkids. One of the highlights of my life will be watching my kid grow up and succeed in life, so I'll do anything to make sure that happens. As the alpha male in the house, eating a decent amount of protein should help your kid understand the importance of it and avoid them not eating enough. Within reason, of course. You don't want to be measuring your kids' protein intake when they're like 5-year-olds and be that kind of dad. Point 3. I would hazard a guess that many dads out there are not happy with the way they look, or they would like to look better in some way. A good way of changing that is increasing the amount of protein you eat to increase your chances of doing that. You don't have to eat the same amount of protein like a bodybuilder does, or eat the same way that they do, like chicken, rice and broccoli and all that. Eating more protein can increase satiety and satisfaction at meals. Being fuller for longer hopefully means less calories throughout your day. You hopefully then start leaning out and also building muscle and become irresistible to your partner, so you can then turn back into a wee Hoormeister, pumping everything in sight. Point 4. Understand that protein helps you stay full. Bonus points if you use lean meat also if you're trying to lose weight. If you're trying to gain muscle, fatty meats are your friend. So regardless of what meal you have or where you have it, whether that be in the house or whether you be out at a restaurant, a lean protein source with some veg will never not be a satisfying meal. What you do in a restaurant is exactly what you should do in the house. Eat sensibly. The only difference is someone else is cooking for you in a restaurant. This is probably the only thing carnivore diets are class at. Getting in enough protein, because that is all they eat. The downsides are they can't poop and they smell like a brisket all day. Unless you're into that. You know what's hilarious as well about these carnivore dieters? When they make a video saying how to eat out at a restaurant when following a carnivore diet. As if the audience is that fucking stupid to not already guess that they're just going to order meat. Mind you, I'd question anybody's intellectual skills who follow these fucking idiots. Carnivore dieters get a massive amount of airtime on my channel, because they're the gift that keeps on giving. If you're ever in a rush or don't have time for a proper meal, just aiming to eat some protein using like a protein snack on the go is good enough to get you to your next proper meal. Despite the negative outlooks on protein bars and protein snacks and protein yogurts, all those kind of things, they can help. Yes, they're very expensive, but can still be used on the odd occasion. To increase the chances of protein keeping you full, split it evenly throughout your day. So maybe splitting it between like 3 to 6 meals evenly should hopefully keep you full throughout your day and hopefully minimise the amount of times you want to snack. Also, having eating times like 9 AM, 12 noon, 5 PM and 8 PM for example, gives you a time to aim for so you know when your next meal is. So you can say to yourself, right, I'm eating in an hour, I'm sure I'll survive, kind of thing. Point 5, most important point here, to stop you being a moody fucker. If you're the type of dad that doesn't like the way he looks, but you do fuck all about it, imagine the negative Nancy you're around the house. Imagine being remembered by your kids when they're older and they say, yeah, you were a miserable fucker all your life, sitting on the same space on the same couch with an arse print the size of the Grand Canyon. Sounds like an absolute nightmare to me. Past week, I've been doing a lot of self-loathing with bits and pieces going on in my life. That, along with shit sleep, likely fatigue, and not resting from the gym. Also taking ages to recover from a wee illness I had. Can you imagine the massive positivity that was bursting out of me during those days? All of those things, and a sleep-deprived 7-month pregnant wife, was not a very positive household. It wasn't an easy week, but I did something about it. I moved out. Joking. What kind of partner do you think you're going to be whilst being this miserable fucker? Just something to think about. So these are simple ways you can eat more protein around your house. You can buy one of these bad boys. Chocolate brownie flavour. I buy this because it's a decent price. I've spent a lot of money on protein in the past. You can get more expensive ones with fancier wording and more active ingredients, but this does me. From my protein, you can get like 5 kilos for 50 quid at certain times of the year, which is what I've done here. If it's not that kind, it's the chocolate mint. But you can get more protein from this with added milk, for example, or add a scoop of it to some Greek yogurt. What usually happens is the bigger the bag you purchase, the cheaper the servings get. So this 5 kilo bag will give you about 166 30 gram servings, which is giving you about 25 grams of protein per serving at 30 pence each, which is quick maths that I confirmed before this video. What else you can do is buy 2 kilos of chicken from Aldi, for example, for £12. And what I do is I slow cook that and then you shred it up, a bit like pulled pork, but it's just pulled chicken. You can store it for almost a week, or you can serve it. So that will give you about 500 grams of protein for you to eat over the course of the week. I remember I was cooking it once and my brother-in-law walked in and he said, "Are you fucking boiling chicken?" Which I am not. I'm slow cooking it. There's a difference. Obviously after that you can then add sauce and seasoning to it for flavour and then freeze it. And you could do the exact same with beef mince as well, for example. Eggs as well. As much as I hate to see carnivore dieters kick about with boiled eggs in their back pocket, it's a handy way having a convenient cheap protein source in your fridge as and when you need it. One thing I wanted to mention about protein sources and carnivore dieters, many of the big advocates or the big followers push for you to have meat at every meal of the day. I just don't think that's convenient, especially when you've got a kid. I couldn't for the life of me wake my kid up for breakfast and give her a fatty plain hamburger and say there's breakfast. Protein snacks and do have a time and place. As long as they aren't consistent and primary sources all day every day, there is simply better choices out there. But there is also better choices than a fucking hamburger every morning. These people with these kind of diets just scream, single. Because if I woke up in the morning with my partner and she was dishing me some lamb chops for breakfast, I'd be leaving that bitch. Changing your body for the better is a bit daunting, especially with all the crazy information out there, which is why I like to keep things as simple as possible. Anyone with a decent physique out there, or even just a better one than they did before, fucked up multiple times before they got there. I would put my testicles and my penis on the line that most healthy individuals got to where they are by bulging up a bunch of times. Like when I was younger and I stopped seeing my mates to focus on going to the gym too much, turning down nights out for them when I didn't see them for 18 months. Or when dads likely drink during the week and then have more drinks at the weekends. If pursuing better health was a straight line of success, we would all be walking about fucking massive with potential six packs, which evidently isn't the case. It's not how many times you balls up, it's how quickly you get back on track. As Alfred said in The Dark Knight. I may be paraphrasing that though. So to summarise some points, everyone needs protein, including dads, considering the amount of heavy lifting they do carrying their family on their back, on their shoulders every day, and getting no thanks for it or respect. Eating more protein will hopefully help address any aches and pains you might be experiencing. The gym will do that as well, by the way. And this might be happening when you're playing with your kid. Playing with a kid or kids all day can be exhausting, especially when all they want is for you to be a kid with them. So I don't really understand why dads would put that in jeopardy. You don't want to be that boring as fuck dad at the park saying, "Stop having fun, kids, do you?" Because you can't be arsed doing it. Next one is eat enough protein to keep up your male dominance in the house. This is obviously a joke, kind of. Especially when you have a daughter when they melt your heart. Maybe a slightly more serious point to make is that just because you're getting older doesn't mean your body should diminish. The average human used to live until they were about 30 until modern medicine and food became more available. So you're technically on borrowed time compared to the past, but it doesn't mean you should wither away old and frail. Leave your family behind with a bang and be remembered for being healthy as fuck playing with your grandkids when you're 70 or 80, unless you have aspirations in life to be a miserable old frail fucker. Next one, most dads probably don't like the way they look in ways that they can change themselves. So do that. Nobody else is going to do it for you. The quicker you grab your health and life by the balls, the quicker you change. The quicker you change, start making mistakes and then learn from them. Remember, most people with decent physiques got there by making a fuckload of mistakes, so just start making them. Stay full by eating more protein. Regardless of your goals, it's a good idea to stay as full as possible during the day. Even if you don't want to lose weight, it's a good way to avoid gaining it. This is on top of all the benefits it provides, like muscle building, muscle retention, muscle preserving, cell and bone structure regeneration. All great things. You also don't want to be the guy who's embarrassed by taking his top off at the pool, do you? Getting turned away from roller coasters just because you can't fit in the seats. Imagine the heartbreak of your kid if that happened. Lastly, don't be remembered as a moody fucker by your family. Eating a diet that is centred around quality protein has always been and always will be the best advice you can give someone. It could be the springboard that then helps you kick on to the next issue you want to address, like exercising for example. It's a very simple step to introduce. So simple, it's kind of embarrassing if you fail. Get good at making decent sized meals with sauces and spices, etc. and begin to enjoy life if you aren't at the moment. Protein can arguably be the best tasting item on a dish with burgers, chicken, pork, turkey, etc. especially if you marinate them and slow cook and things like that. So just get good at cooking. And then you could do other things like you can make desserts with natural yogurt and Greek yogurt and scoops of protein and things like that. I think we're done there today, my friend. Hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next video.